This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Selling a little or a lot? Do your thing however you cha-ching with Shopify, the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout. 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms. Get a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/offer23.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Not only have I been the owner of Mint Mobile for the last few years, I've also been a customer. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
New activation and upfront payment for 3-month plan required. Taxes and fees extra. Additional restrictions apply. See mintmobile.com for full terms.
'Tis the season to shine with H&M. Discover the holiday collection and find fashionable pieces for your wardrobe or for under the tree. Get inspired and dazzle with this year's glam. From tuxedo styles, bow detailed pieces, impressive prints, and more. From unforgettable looks to unforgettable gifts. With fashion finds to home decor, find it all at H&M. Treat your loved ones and yourself this season. Shop in-store or at hm.com.
And yes, I know the minute you hear, gosh, I have to spend 6 hours on my relationship when we're already good. Yes, you want to continue to be good. You want your kids to have parents when they grow up, both parents when they grow up. Then hell yes, investing 6 hours a week on your marriage is important. It's so important. Hey girl, imagine a life where you feel supported, connected, and understood. I get it. Being a mom is hard, especially when you're spinning so many plates. We exhaust ourselves trying to create the perfect life for our family. You deserve to enjoy your family without the stress perfectionism brings. On this podcast, I provide practical and relatable life experiences. I teach women quick and easy-to-use strategies to help them reclaim their identity, reignite their marriage, and enjoy their children. If you're ready to be challenged, then pull up a chair, grab pen and paper, because it's about to go down. I'm Veronica, a licensed marriage and family therapist, and this is the Empowered and Unapologetic Podcast. Hello, ladies, and welcome to the Empowered and Unapologetic Podcast. I am your host, Veronica Cisneros, and I am here with who I believe is the sexiest man alive. Hey, baby.
What's up?
So we are here today because New Year's is only a few days away, and I thought I would do a little bit of something different. Today, I wanted to go over couples' New Year's resolutions. Now, I know, most of you are going to be like, okay, wait a minute, couples' New Year's resolutions? Like, I make a New Year's resolution, but I don't even follow through with my own resolution. How the hell am I going to follow through with a couple's New Year's resolution? Well, one, you'll have a little bit of motivation, but two, think about how important it is to go ahead and put your marriage first. You know, I've said this once and I'll say it again. The only thing that's literally that differentiates us from a divorced couple is a divorced couple has forgotten the value of their marriage, has forgotten the value of the relationship. And so I want you to think about that for a little bit. I want you to think about it. How have you forgotten the value of your own marriage? Well, I haven't, Veronica. I absolutely love my husband, and, you know, we love each other, and we have a great relationship. Okay, when's the last time you went out on a date? Well, you know, we're busy. We have, the kids, the sports. We have tasks, school, holidays. We have all of these things. We don't have time. I mean, does sitting down in front of the TV count? No, it doesn't. Here's why. In no way are you guys communicating. In no way are you guys connecting. You are literally sitting in front of the TV totally checked out. And so when we stop investing in our relationship, we start disconnecting. And what's even worse is, everything becomes more important than our partner. And you'll find that you start to keep score. You'll find that you no longer really see your partner as somebody that soothes you, that you find joy in. Instead, it's just another task. He is another task. And you might see that he also feels that same way about you. You're another task. And it's easier for him to just work. It's easier for you to also work or involve yourself in the kids. But what we don't want is, I don't want you to lose sight of the relationship. And so I'm going to be hosting a retreat very, very soon. I'm going to be giving you all of the information for it in January. But I'm looking to host a retreat in February, the week before Valentine's Day. I am so excited. And this is going to be a couples retreat. So let's go ahead and get to it. Couples New Year's resolution. So real quickly, babe, what would you say is a New Year's resolution?
Well, I have a couple of them.
What would you say is just definition?
You're
like already ready to get to it. I'm just asking you, what is your definition
of a New Year's resolution? So I guess in past years, it's been unresolved promises to yourself. In many cases, people make goals. Mm-hmm. I've been guilty of doing that.
I'm gonna push mute real quick. I'm gonna shake the shit out of my husband because he has these alarms that go off every single day, 5, 8, 12 times a day, and they remind him to go ahead and eat.
Feeding time.
It's feeding time. But I'm gonna tell you right now, he don't pay attention to him. He don't be doing the things that the alarm needs to do, or whatever the alarm's telling him to do. Turn them off.
I just did.
Are you for real? We're recording a podcast episode, babe. God. Gotta pretend like we have it together. All right. Okay. Back to your definition. So resolution, something. Go. What were you saying?
So I was saying that a New Year's resolution is often, it's just a self-made promise that.
I like that. Self-made promise.
To the outcome, something positive of what you want to renew within yourself. Mm-hmm. Something that you want to seek change in.
Okay. I totally Googled it. A promise to do something differently in the new year. But I love how you phrased it. It's a promise to yourself. So what are you guilty of? What is one New Year's resolution that you like make every single year and you don't follow through?
I would say there's quite a few of them, but
pick one.
I would say in more recent years since being retired would be to I would say physical fitness, wanting to be as active as I was back then when I had to, and it was part of my job. It was part of what I did.
Yeah.
Whereas now I have a choice. I can choose to do it, or I can just do it within my own means. And so I kind of make compromises, or have made compromises with myself, and be like, yeah, you could do this, or you could do this instead, or maybe not as much, or you don't have to overdo it because you're no longer in that place.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think that's a big problem with these New Year's resolutions is you try to compromise with yourself, and you ultimately you don't live out that promise that you made yourself of this is the renewed thing that you wanted to see with the new year, and it just ends up in disappointment.
Yeah. So for me, I'd have to say mine's right up there with you. Like it's been physical fitness. I don't know, for like maybe, I don't know, ladies, help me out. Every year, how often do you say, I'm going to lose 20 pounds or I'm going to lose 10 pounds or 30 pounds or whatever it is? Like, it's going to happen. This year is going to be my year. Yeah. I totally made that resolution 50,000 times. Remember last year? Was it last year or the year before where we had the kids? We had poster boards. Remember, I got poster boards and magazines. We have them in our closet, and we all created dream boards.
A couple of years ago.
Was that a couple years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we created dream boards. So what I want you to do right now because we're going to get ready and we're going to do this together. We're doing this together. Grab your husband, grab a notepad and a pen, because we are going to create a couple's New Year's resolution. We're going to give you a few tips, but I want you to come up with a few of them on your own. I want you to have, what do you think, babe? How many should they have?
I would say.
Remember, husband's like, how many is like too much? Like for me, we could have like 10, but like men, I don't think so.
Each of your a top 3 for each of you.
Top 3 for each of you. I like that. I like that. Okay, so we're gonna go over ours just to give you some ideas. So you want to go first? You want me to go first? You want to go back and forth?
We'll go back and forth.
Back and forth. All right, paper, scissors, rock. Let's go. Who wins this one? No, it's
you
like
can't do it after.
It's like 1, 2, 3, babe.
Cheater.
Here we go. Ready?
I guess you won that one, so you go first.
Oh, go. Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Really? Dang it. Okay, we're going to be on here all... What? Last one. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, my God.
6 in a row.
That was 6 in a row. All right, I'm going to go first because we'll be playing. How the hell did we we're like so jived. Okay, this is going to be a good podcast episode. All right. So my first couple's New Year's resolution, my first promise to my relationship, my marriage with you, is to commit to every Tuesday date night.
It doesn't have to be a particular date.
No, okay, don't worry. Why are you trying to criticize me right now?
You're saying for us?
Yes, for us. Remember, it's a couples. So for me, my promise to my relationship with my husband is to commit to every Tuesday date night. It is so important that we have date night. So important. That's really, really important to me. So I'm going to commit to every Tuesday date night. And how's this? If for whatever reason, like if I have to cancel or if you have to cancel, reschedule, whatever it is, that person that has to reschedule has to be in charge of daycare as well as the plans. Like you automatically made yourself the planner for the entire date.
Let's do it.
Deal? Handshake. All right, your turn. Go.
I would say mine would be don't sweat the small stuff.
Okay, tell me more. What do you mean?
It's not worth dying on every heel, making every disagreement an argument.
Yeah.
That you don't have to always...
You're saying you, like you, not me, not you, like me.
Anybody.
Right?
You don't have to always, like, make every... Like the saying goes, making a mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah.
Where everything is like, it's an emergency, where everything is catastrophized, where everything is the end of the world. So just learning to slow down and just not allow those things to become something bigger than what they are, and just allowing some of those things, like, to see it for what it is, removing emotion. Sometimes it's very hard for both of us to do.
Yeah.
We both...
I think you more than me. I think I'm a little bit more stable. I'm just saying. I mean, I am a therapist, so I'm definitely more stable than you are.
That means nothing. That means absolutely nothing.
For stability or for, like, profession, babe?
Both.
All right, I got jokes for you later.
Yeah, I'd say don't sweat the small stuff.
Okay. You know what you're also saying that kind of comes to mind is if we're not going to sweat the small stuff, then one thing that I know that I've been practicing, and it's been so hard because, yeah, I go from like therapist to psycho in like 5 seconds. But one thing that's been helpful for me is recognizing when you're making what Gottman calls a repair attempt. Mm-hmm. Like when you're attempting to repair an argument. Because there's times when I'm like in it. I'm like, ooh, I am going to prove my point. I got footage. I got video footage. I got pictures. I got written testimonies on all the reasons why you're wrong and I'm right. And I'm ready to charge at you. Mm-hmm. And then, matter of fact, the other day, I was ready. I was like walking up the stairs.
Stay focused.
I was walking up the stairs and I was about to get your ass. I was about to get you. And the minute I got upstairs, mm-hmm. and I walked up to you to go ahead and start yelling, mm-hmm. you were like, I was out of line. And I was like, shit. I was ready to go ahead and take you down. And
You were going to do anything.
I was. I might be shorter than you, but I'll take you out. I'll take you out. Anyway, so yeah, the minute you said that, it was like I was running for you full speed. Remember when I used to play soccer and I would like
Turbo mode?
I was on turbo mode. And the minute you said, hey, I was out of line, I was wrong. I was like, goodness gracious. I can't even argue with you. I want to because I got all the footage and everything. And I couldn't. It was important I didn't. Mm-hmm. And so recognizing, making sure that any of the repair attempts, so a repair attempt is when your partner tries to repair that conflict, saying things like, you know, I was wrong, I was out of line, like holding themselves accountable, or, hey, I think we need to take a time out, or I think we're going off topic. Nothing like relax. That's been one of Willie's repair attempts. I'm going to tell you right now. I am relaxed. I am relaxed. I am relaxed.
Let's talk about you, too.
You relax. I'm relaxed. Telling me to relax.
Let's talk about the things that you tell me, too.
No, baby, we got to bash you for like 5 seconds. Anyways, but yeah, sorry. I love that one.
Okay.
All right, next one. And this is another one I was telling you about. We've done pretty good on this. It hasn't been quarterly, though. But my next couple's New Year's resolution is quarterly getaways. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but like when you and I are away from like all of these kids and it's just the two of us, oh my gosh, it's like the best time ever. Like the absolute best time ever. I feel refreshed. You look refreshed. And it's just, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Like when we come back from any of our getaways, because we were going away, there was a minute I thought we didn't have kids.
Yeah, I was fine with that.
But yeah, the quarterly getaways, because it's like, it's enough time to like obviously spend with the kids, but it's also, you know, not too long where we're losing sight of each other because we both get really, really busy.
Yeah.
What's the feeling like when we come back from getaways for you? When it's just you and I?
When we come back from getaways?
Or even when we're there.
When we're there, I'm like, this is nice. It's nice to be able to connect. It's nice to be able to devote time for each other and being able to just, I don't know, just to devote that time that we're always looking to see what window of opportunity that we have to be together versus like now we have from sun up to sundown, we can, I mean, it's whatever we want to do. There's no kid that we have that's dictating, you know, we got to take them here, pick them up there, drop them off here.
They're so demanding.
Do all this. I know.
Gosh, they're so demanding. Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Hate them.
But like the last trip we took, just you and I, we went on 2 trips back to back. We went to Arizona for your business trip.
Yep.
And then also we were in Yosemite.
Yeah.
Remember? That Yosemite trip? We were there for one of my good friends, Penny, and just like for her wedding. But even though we were for her wedding, we're also celebrating our anniversary. And that hike that we did to the Nevada, what was it called? Nevada Falls?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like it was just, I don't know. I feel like I get to,
round trip, I think.
14 miles, yeah. 14 miles, ladies and gentlemen. But it was definitely refreshing.
Yeah.
I felt so good because I feel like I got to know a different part of you.
Yeah. And at times I know you were cursing me out.
I was. I'm not going to lie. I was because I was scared out of my mind. We were on cliffs, babe.
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
I think, no, just what you're saying, though, that it is important that we have these quarterly. That was actually one of the things that I had written down, too, was just being able to take vacations, weekend vacations, quarterly vacations. And it kind of goes hand in hand with how you said, you know, spending time at least one night together during the week. So that weekly date night, she said Tuesdays, but a day of the week doesn't matter. It's whatever works for you. But it's just one of those types of things. And then I would say to go a little bit further is extending that and saying maybe also adding in for the year one lengthy trip whether it's just you two.
In addition
or
to the quarterly getaways, or a part of
a weekly date night, a quarterly getaway, and maybe a lengthy
one
trip.
of them. One of the quarterly getaways could be a lengthy trip.
A lengthy trip.
I'm all, because we have kids, right?
Yeah.
We have like 3 of them.
I know, I got that.
It sounds like you hate our kids.
No, I love them to death.
Okay. So lengthy one, like instead of it being like a weekend, maybe like 4 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so here's another one of mine. Make more time for sex.
How did I not see that one coming?
I don't have a problem with it at all. It could be like the amount of meals that you're supposed to eat. That people look to eat a day, 3 meals a day. Right now I'm on 5 or 6, and I have no problem doing 5 or 6 times a day either. But yeah, so that would be, I would say that.
Baby,
that can be
reasonable. 5 or 6 times a day?
No, not
You know what I do for a living?
I know.
Excuse me. I know
Rearrange
there's a
your
lot
schedule.
going on right now for you,
No.
but I'm on the 3rd session with my husband. Can you imagine? I got 2 more. I'll be back. Hold that thought.
I can't walk.
Shut up, nasty ass.
No, I'll just say, like, in general, that would be the New Year's resolution would be, as a couple.
Where are we looking at number-wise, babe?
Make more time for sex.
Make more time for sex.
Yeah. So, in general, make more time for sex. And obviously, that would have to be more specific.
Yeah, like where are we at number-wise? Once a week? 3 times a week?
What? Once a week? What the hell no?
3 times a week?
No, I'm pushing more like 5.
5 times a week?
Yeah.
For a 7-day week, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. At least.
Okay, that's one of your promises, is to make that happen more.
Oh,
yeah, because you've been sparing, honey.
On what?
You've been sparing. You haven't been really like initiating it.
Bullshit. You're bullshit.
I am. All right. Next one for me. This one's a big one, and I didn't realize how much.
And hold on, and to go back to that
Here
last one.
we go. Do you see this? This is why.
To go back to that last one, you could take it a step further and add in trying something new in the bedroom.
Okay, I'm down.
Whatever that means for you. Toys, places.
Don't get arrested.
Doesn't have to be your bedroom. It could be a room.
A room. In the house.
In the house.
Kitchen, laundry room.
House.
What? Why are you doing it in somebody else's house? Baby, that's nasty.
Clean
those
out
sheets.
About during your weekend getaways, your little quarterly getaways.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down.
Change it up. So yeah, that's another thing to maybe add into that. Make more time for sex. Make it interesting.
Make it interesting. Make it fun. And if you get arrested, we don't know you. We don't know you.
Gentlemen, turn her to a freak in the sheets.
All right, next one. Like I was saying, this one is a really good one. I didn't realize how much fun I had with you doing it, but it was like so much fun. My next one is work out together.
I have that one too.
You do? Get out of here. Oh, baby.
I'm not going off the list.
Yeah, mine's work out together. A minimum of 2 times a week. Here's why this one's really important to me. The reason why it's important to me is, one, I definitely want to be healthier. I want to have, I want to feel healthy. I want to look healthy. But even more so than that, when you and I work out together, there are times that you're like doing all these benchy pressy thingies. I don't know what the hell they're called. Yeah. But like when you're in it, I'm checking it out. I'm like, damn.
I'm feeling the same thing too.
I'm like, do another squat, And then when you're like lifting up like all of these like bars and stuff, I'm like, damn, that's mom right there. Like it's on like Donkey Kong, baby. Like that's when I'm flirting with you. Don't get me wrong. I'm feeling insecure like no other because I don't know how to do all of the moves that you know how to do. But then in addition to that, it's like, I'm not where I want to be with my weight. And I don't know if you struggle with that when we're working out. But I don't know I'm not where I want to be with my weight. So there are times that, it does kind of, I don't want to say it prevents me, but that does come up for me. But like when I'm watching you work out, it's motivating. And you're in it, I'm in it, and we're doing something productive together. It's both of us taking a step towards change, but it's our own personal journey because you can't work out for me. I wish you could, honey, because I'd have your ass on the treadmill with weights every day, all day, but you can't. But, like, you can't work out for me. I can't work out for you. And it literally is watching each other be on this personal journey of health. Mm-hmm. And it's like movement, and it's movement in a very healthy direction.
I'd agree. It's obviously a healthy and distinct change that only has positive outcomes. I mean, you shape and sculpt your body. Mm-hmm. You get to do it together, so you're not, for one, you're not going to the gym solo. So there's a little bit of an incentive for you to perform in front of your partner, who's going to be looking at you. You're going to be looking at them if you are doing that. But you're not going to be in there dragging ass and just trying to convince yourself, like, you know what, I think I'm done. Like, I could finish this tomorrow, or I'll get back at it. After you're like, just because sometimes I'll admit, going into the gym, sometimes there's some days that are better than others, and you're like, I really don't want to do this right now. Yeah. And it's just finding that inner motivation to kick myself in the ass and just try to get after it. Whereas if you have a partner, especially if you're competitive, and you're trying to like one up each other, or you're just trying to, get a bigger pump, or my wife and I, how we both kind of like end up syncing our watches, and we're in there, and then we're comparing where we are, on how much we've burned and stuff. And we're always,
I don't even talk about that. I don't even talk about that
in that regard. But, it gives you that little bit of extra motivation, mm-hmm. boosts your energy while you're working out. And hell, shit, it depends on if you have a gym at home or not. Hey, there's another opportunity, another crazy place to do something.
Not that we've ever done that before.
I know looking for the right therapist can be challenging. However, feeling overwhelmed and disconnected is even harder. Life is filled with several twists and turns, some more severe than others. We do our best to handle them as they come and find ourselves at a loss, not knowing what to do or who to turn to. The clinicians here at Outside the Norm Counseling are here to help. We are here to assist you through this time of need. Together, we will identify your strengths and goals and teach you healthy coping skills. Together, we will develop a plan to help you live the life you want to live. Our team is compassionate, genuine, and we take a great deal of pride in providing an empathetic, non-judgmental approach to all of our clients. It's time. You've waited long enough, whether it be for you, your child, or if you're in need of a couple session. We are highly trained clinicians ready to guide you. Schedule an appointment now by calling 951-395-3288. Again, that number is 951-395-3288. We're looking forward to meeting you and being a part of your journey.
All right, next one from me is I'm taking this from Gottman, and I think we do this already. I don't think it's like at once, but we do this pretty well already. And it's a 20 minutes a day stress-reducing conversation. Mm-hmm. So it's where I ask you how your day was and just kind of get an idea of like what you're currently struggling with, areas that you're excited about, areas that just really frustrate you. But it really provides me with this opportunity to like tap into your world.
Give me an example of what it sounds like.
What a stress-reducing conversation sounds like? Mm-hmm. Oh, gosh. Can I give you from, like, what I did the other day?
Sure.
The other day was pretty intense for me. And remember, I started sharing with you some of the hurdles that I had to cross with regards to a couple of, one of my clients that just so happened to be a little kid. Mm-hmm. And kind of just processed with you. I can't obviously share everything, too much detailed information. Yeah. But just really, like, I don't know, for me, that time, you're showing up. Obviously, you're showing up as my husband, but it's like, in that moment, you're my best friend, and I'm able to go ahead and, like, just process things with you and just share what my struggles were. And, just, it's part of my job, and what I have to do. And being able to go ahead and just share it with you, talk it over with you. And it's just, as I'm saying a lot of these things out loud, it validates my reasons for doing what I do. But then even more, maybe why I'm making certain decisions. And we're also in the hiring process and kind of going over a few candidates with you and, some of the stressors I have, and making sure that I pick the right candidate because they're going to be meeting with clients and, the clients they meet with are extremely important. But that would be an example of a stress-reducing conversation that you and I've had.
So it sounds like what you're saying is that you want to be able to just vent and open up about the things that, like maybe the difficulties that you've had throughout the day, things that giving you the ability to be able to process some of those that were just, weighed heavily on your shoulders, as well as just being able to say kind of some of the troubles and challenges and things that you faced with your career and where you're currently at and where you want to go and just some of those troubles that you face. So this is just a general idea of what the conversation, a small fragment of what the conversation would look like.
Yeah. It's like,
so for me to validate that, it would just be
not fixing it,
not trying to listen to respond.
No.
But just listening to hear and validate those things that you were talking about.
Without like unsolicited advice.
Yes.
And then you showing that genuine interest. And it, again, provides you with this time to go ahead and tap into, like, my world and what I'm experiencing.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. I want to have that 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes.
Got it. Okay. I would say another one of mine. Let me see what I got left. I seem to be taking all of mine. It kind of goes with what you said.
Okay.
But it would be to slow down and listen to hear and not to respond. Men are fixers, and we have a tendency to want to, especially when our partner, our spouse is hurting, our kids are hurting. We want to just go into fixing mode and wanting to just repair what it is that's broken.
Yeah.
If it's your heart or whatever, anything that's going on, we just want to be able to kind of deflect that pain, deflect some of those things that are going on, and just trying to be able to take that all on ourselves. And so I think at times it's better that we don't do that, and just kind of just going over the 20-minute conversation that you just brought up right now.
Yeah,
that was one of the things that you just said yourself. You're just like, I just not having a fix, but just going over some of the providing no unsolicited response.
Yeah,
not providing a solution or what we perceive as a solution. Just listening to hear, and just slowing down versus to respond. So I think that for me, that's a big one for me. I have a tendency to want to jump in and fix.
Yeah. No, I like that. That's a good one. For me, the next one would be make out each time we greet or say goodbye to each other with tongue. And I feel like this one, we also already do. But obviously, I want to make sure we continue to do it. It's very, very important that we continue to do it because, like, there are times when I'm leaving and, I might have, like, a really, really long day, but, like, me leaving you and, like, that kiss with tongue, I don't know. It's, like, it's some sexiness that I want to continue when I go home. It's like, Yeah. I feel like we already do that. There are times when you don't think we make out each time?
No.
Are you for real?
I'm for real.
With tongue? We kiss each other before we leave each other?
You give me a peck.
Oh, okay. But we do kiss. That's why I added with tongue, babe.
Okay, well, all right.
What do you call me out for?
Because I got to.
Yeah, so make out with tongue. Okay, so I'm going to, baby, I added tongue.
All right.
All right,
so lengüita.
Lengüita.
So make out each other each time we say
hello or goodbye.
All right.
Yeah, or peace out.
Okay. I'm going to hold you to that.
I know. There's times when I'm mad at you that I
know.
Is that what you're thinking?
No, yeah. I am thinking about those times because there was times that I would be the one that left the house and you'd be still here in the mornings asleep.
Yeah.
and I would be, quiet as a mouse.
Why are you talking about, oh, shit?
Lights off, walking in the dark, running into shit. And still, before I left, no matter if it was a good night, bad night, I still walked over to you every single time before I left. And I always kissed you and told you I loved you.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'd even make funny, cute comments about, like, how you would, like, kiss the air after I kiss you and I walk away and I'm heading out. I look back and you're, like, still kind of making these things like you're kissing the air, but you're dead asleep. and you're like, you're not kissing anything as I pull away from you, which is, it's funny. But, like, so those are the things that I would do. And I did that every single time because for me, I think that was one of the things that I had said a long time ago to myself was, I don't want there to be a day that goes where I leave and the last moment that I had to see you, I left it on bad terms where it was, we were upset. Because we don't know when our time's going to be gone. And so I don't want there ever to be the last thing that my husband said to me was, and it was, fill in the blank, and it was an argument, versus he said, I love you. Or he gave me a kiss. That was the last contact that I had with him.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't want to put you in that situation, and I don't want to be in that situation either. So, so that was one thing that I did to myself. So now that I'm home and you leave, I take a observation of how frequent you do that, and there's a lot of times that
Are you keeping score?
You take off. No, just an observant.
All right. So this time with tongue.
Yeah.
Okay. Even if I'm mad.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick my tongue in and out.
Yeah.
That's all you get. All right, your turn.
Okay. So my last one that I have is letting go of old grudges or disagreements. So I would say that one of the things, the issues that I had, and I would say where it is kind of a big deal for me with this is that I had a friend of mine that passed away who passed away, and one of the things that I didn't agree with was I held it against him with the way that he was as a father, and this was from like the last time that he and I had hung out, and I never gave him an opportunity to kind of recover from that, and he didn't know because I never told him. But that's kind of I'm very picky. Anybody that knows me, I don't have I'll probably count on one hand how many close friends or people that I would call actual friends on one hand. And that's because I don't let a lot of people in. I would say that I probably have, I don't know, maybe trust issues. But that's because if you don't align with my values, with where I'm at, with the way I feel like I am as a husband, with the way I am as a father, with the way that you treat women, the way that you talk to your kids, professional and personal aspirations in life. I mean, to me, I start to pick those things and I go, well, this person doesn't align with where I'm at. They're not going to do any value. They're not going to be value added for me. So I tend to not associate with those individuals. And so at that time, I was really hard on this person. And now looking back, I wish I would have just accepted him for who he was and not tried to make him fit in my box. Because, that's a regret that I'll take to the grave with me.
Yeah. Is
that I wish I would have fixed that. And put my pride aside, put, all those things aside, because, we, as each year passes, that's further and further that some of these things that you hold on to, that you don't let go, that you're going to start to run out of time, or somebody's time is going to run out, and you're never going to have that opportunity to fix those things and just kind of move past them and never understand kind of, what if, So that to me is just something that, I got to look back at my own, do some.
How does that apply to us? How would you say that applies to us?
Because I think that in some cases that, especially around this time of the year, we're at the end of the year, beginning of the year time frame. And it's like, okay, what relationships, family relationships, I would say. You know, a lot of times we pick where we're going to go for the holidays based off of where our current relationships are with family. And we may have some repairable relationships with family members that can be easily fixed because maybe a previous year's disagreement or a past conversation that we had where we didn't see eye to eye and things kind of got a little heated, but we're holding it against them, and we're not allowing those things to we're not moving past them. And I mean, even just accepting any type of accountability or ownership in however the conversation or event went, and just being able to move past that and, you know, seek resolution and being able to reconcile your differences and, you know, be family again, or a friend or whatever it is. Gotcha.
So making time, is that what you're saying? Like, what would you, like, I guess I still don't understand how that applies to us as a couple, like as me and you.
Because I think that it can, like, some of those things that you don't have that have been reconciled, on an individual basis can lead to problems as a couple when it comes to, like, let's go with this family. I don't want to go with them. Why not? Because I don't like so-and-so. Well, why not? Well, because of what happened last time. Why don't you just let that go?
Okay.
Because I don't want to let it go. Because it hurt me. Because it bugged me. Because they took a jab at my kids. They said something about me. They said something about you. I can't let that go.
Gotcha.
But it, you know, and then so those are the things that I would say, like how they affect a couple is when you have things that you're unwilling to fix, when there is a solution. And some situations, I'm sure my wife has covered it on podcasts before, but there's some problems that are going to be irreparable and some that are going to be repairable, and is seeking to find solution in those that are repairable.
Gotcha. Thank you for clarifying that because I had no idea where you were going. All right. Wrapping it up. So I wanted to also not only give you guys a little bit of, you know, what we see as, you know, couples' New Year's resolutions that are really important, but I also wanted to go ahead and tune you into what Gottman recommends that couples, what Gottman, so I've talked about Gottman before, John and Jolie Gottman, and these are therapists that are like literally couples gurus. And so what they're saying is it's the magic 6 hours. It is very important to spend 6 hours on the relationship. So I'm going to cover these pretty quickly. Here's what this looks like broken down. When saying goodbye, spend 2 minutes a day, 5 days out of a week, defending or developing a ritual to make parting extra special. Spend 20 minutes a day having a stress-reducing conversation at the end of each workday, 5 days out of the week. Next one, communicate appreciation for your partner 5 minutes a day, 7 days a week. Next one, spend 5 minutes a day touching, kissing, or holding your partner. Do this 7 days a week.
Hell yeah.
Next one, date night, lasting a minimum of 2 hours long, 1 time a week. And then the last one, meet 1 hour a week to talk about your relationship. 1 hour a week. These are all so important. And it's 6 hours. It's 6 hours that you're investing in your relationship. And yes, I know the minute you hear, gosh, I have to spend 6 hours on my relationship when we're already good. Yes, you want to continue to be good. You want your kids to have parents when they grow up, both parents when they grow up. Then hell yes, investing 6 hours a week on your marriage is important. It's so important. And if you're struggling to spend 6 hours together, then maybe we need to look at marital therapy. All right. And I'm really, really suggesting this. Maybe we need to look at marital therapy because 6 hours is crucial to go ahead and keep that relationship and that love flowing. It's important to be the best of friends. And so that is my recommendation. And I want you to do it. I'm going to hold you to it. It is very, very important. I'm holding you to it. What I want you to do is I want you and your partner to go out and come up with your own. Willie said 3 and 3. So each one of you have to come up with 6 in total couples New Year's resolution. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead and post it on Instagram. You can tag me. My tag name is Hey Veronica Cisneros. Tag me, but I want you to list all 6 that you and your husband came up with. Baby, do you want to add anything else before we wrap up?
I think by just tagging it, posting it somewhere, whether it's on your mirror in your bathroom, and just provide you that reminder just so you can remember to stay focused on, what your goal was. It's not just something that ends up being lip service and you talk about it, but then it's forgotten about, by February or mid-January, and you're back to your old ways. If you want to see some type of improvement in your relationship or investment in it, then actually do something that shows action. Put it out there, so that way the two of you are able to see it. Put it on your mirror, so write it on your mirror, and hold yourself accountable to that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And have fun with it.
Have fun. Definitely have fun. All right, that's a wrap. Thank you guys so much, and we're wishing you all a Happy New Year. Bye for now.
Happy New Year, everybody.
We can all use a little help in our marriage, especially when it comes to communicating. I have created a guide just for you. And guess what? It's 100% free. I will give you practical tips and easy-to-use strategies to apply right now. That's right, right now, today. You all know I'm a huge advocate for you mamas, and I am on a mission to help you experience true connection and stress-free living. Ladies, we are setting our marriages up for success. It starts with you. You will find this freebie here in my show notes, or go to empoweredandunapologetic.com/guide. The information I will be providing you is next level, and people pay good money to get these tips that I will be giving you for free. Don't forget to share this with a friend who needs it. What's up, ladies? Just want to let you guys know that your ratings and reviews for this podcast are greatly appreciated. If you love this podcast, please go to iTunes right now, write a review, rate the episode, and subscribe. Don't forget to share it with your friends.
I know we've been taught that motherhood requires alcohol. I know we've been taught not to question our relationship with alcohol until we've lost everything. And I know we've been taught that if we do dare to examine our relationship with alcohol, we need to head straight to AA and declare ourselves an alcoholic who is powerless to alcohol forever. But what if all that isn't true? That's definitely not my story. I'm Suzanne, the host of the Sober Mom Life podcast. I'm an influencer who stopped drinking in January 2020, and since then, I've been telling the truth about motherhood, influencing, alcohol, and sobriety. If you suspect deep down that glass or 3 of wine at night might just be making motherhood harder, well, you're right. Come and join me as I chat with other sober and sober-curious moms. Let's laugh, cry, and normalize sobriety together, all while we reheat our coffee for the 4th time today.
It's easy to blame ourselves for our struggles with alcohol. We see people around us being able to control their drinking without any consequences, yet no matter what we try, we can't seem to figure it out for ourselves. My name is Jillian Teets, and I am the host of the Sober Powered podcast, where I use my biochemistry background to explain the latest research in addiction and help you understand both why you drink the way you do and how to develop the skills and mindset you need to find freedom from alcohol. I discuss topics like why we think about our drinking 24/7, why we have no off switch, and why we crave alcohol. If you're struggling with your drinking or you know someone who is, then I hope that you will check out the Sober Powered podcast. New episodes every Friday. See you there.
I know we've been taught that motherhood requires alcohol. I know we've been taught not to question our relationship with alcohol until we've lost everything. And I know we've been taught that if we do dare to examine our relationship with alcohol, we need to head straight to AA and declare ourselves an alcoholic who is powerless to alcohol forever. But what if all that isn't true? That's definitely not my story. I'm Suzanne, the host of the Sober Mom Life podcast. I'm an influencer who stopped drinking in January 2020, and since then, I've been telling the truth about motherhood, influencing, alcohol, and sobriety. If you suspect deep down that glass or 3 of wine at night might just be making motherhood harder, well, you're right. Come and join me as I chat with other sober and sober-curious moms. Let's laugh, cry, and normalize sobriety together, all while we reheat our coffee for the 4th time today. I know we've been taught that motherhood requires alcohol. I know we've been taught not to question our relationship with alcohol until we've lost everything. And I know we've been taught that if we do dare to examine our relationship with alcohol, we need to head straight to AA and declare ourselves an alcoholic who is powerless to alcohol forever. But what if all that isn't true? That's definitely not my story. I'm Suzanne, the host of the Sober Mom Life podcast. I'm an influencer who stopped drinking in January 2020, and since then, I've been telling the truth about motherhood, influencing, alcohol, and sobriety. If you suspect deep down that glass or 3 of wine at night might just be making motherhood harder, well, you're right. Come and join me as I chat with other sober and sober-curious moms. Let's laugh, cry, and normalize sobriety together, all while we reheat our coffee for the 4th time today.
It's easy to blame ourselves for our struggles with alcohol. We see people around us being able to control their drinking without any consequences, yet no matter what we try, we can't seem to figure it out for ourselves. My name is Jillian Teets, and I am the host of the Sober Powered podcast, where I use my biochemistry background to explain the latest research in addiction and help you understand both why you drink the way you do and how to develop the skills and mindset you need to find freedom from alcohol. I discuss topics like why we think about our drinking 24/7, why we have no off switch, and why we crave alcohol. If you're struggling with your drinking or you know someone who is, then I hope that you will check out the Sober Powered podcast. New episodes every Friday. See you there. It's easy to blame ourselves for our struggles with alcohol. We see people around us being able to control their drinking without any consequences, yet no matter what we try, we can't seem to figure it out for ourselves. My name is Jillian Teets, and I am the host of the Sober Powered podcast, where I use my biochemistry background to explain the latest research in addiction and help you understand both why you drink the way you do and how to develop the skills and mindset you need to find freedom from alcohol. I discuss topics like why we think about our drinking 24/7, why we have no off switch, and why we crave alcohol. If you're struggling with your drinking or you know someone who is, then I hope that you will check out the Sober Powered podcast. New episodes every Friday. See you there.
Addiction impacts all of us. Addiction's consequences run through all of us. From ourselves to our loved ones and through our communities, addiction creates so much loss and grief. My name is Dwayne Osterlin, and I'm the host of the Addicted Mind podcast, a show featuring personal stories, expert guests, and vital information about addiction and addiction recovery. We'll talk with leading treatment providers to discuss the latest research and treatment options for this devastating disease and advocate for mental health awareness. We discuss topics like the importance of creating a community of support to helping loved ones to some of the latest research on psychedelic medicines. The Addicted Mind podcast has been about creating hope, listening to stories of many amazing people that have overcome addiction and are thriving. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, subscribe to the Addicted Mind podcast wherever you get your podcasts or check out theaddictedmind.com. New episodes every Monday. See you there.